whether it's called the Duty of War or the Red Fort or again the Mangal Fort. Here, answering and exploring this was not easy for anyone. Even today, the red and mysterious Mars fascinates us. Wherever our vision reaches, there lies its mystery. For us, every technical invention becomes a means of progress, and we wholeheartedly participate in this journey. This robotic machine is a significant chapter in the history of robotic machines on the global stage. Very revolutionary and worth observing our era. Mars missions have entered a new phase, with such missions being launched that were once unimaginable. Or then this mysterious Mars circle was fully explored. Due to the vast distance between Earth and Mars, there is often a significant delay in communication, which is why landing on Mars becomes a challenging task. On top of that, the long time it takes for information to travel between Earth and Mars becomes a major limitation for our mission. After traveling such great distances, there is always a fear that if the spacecraft enters the Martian atmosphere incorrectly, it might not function properly. In such a long journey, we are always cautious, but it is also said that there are situations where we cannot fully rely on the spacecraft on Mars. And in today's video, we will learn about such landings. So stay tuned till the end of this video. Do you know that the first object ever made by humans to reach Mars was a spacecraft? Mars-2 was a lander created by the Soviet Union which, along with its sister craft Mars-3, was launched towards Mars in 1970. It had a spherical shape and weighed about 1 ton. This Mars-2 lander was designed to parachute onto the surface of Mars and used rockets for the final braking. When Mars-2 and Mars-3 reached Mars, this entire planet was covered by a massive dust storm. Observing the surface of Mars is a different matter altogether. Due to this dust storm, even the large features of Mars were not visible. In the Mars-2 and Mars-3 spacecrafts, both the orbiter and the lander were included. Now these missions could not be programmed in such a way that after the landers were successfully deployed, they would continue to operate on Mars. Mars-2 and 3 immediately dispatched their landers upon reaching Mars. The entry speed of the landers into Mars' atmosphere was approximately 3.72 miles per second. The module's descent system malfunctioned, causing the descent sequence to not operate as planned. And the parachute never deployed either. He will likely collide with the ground at a high speed, and everyone will perish. He said it crashed. No one knows the exact location, just assumptions are being made and spread. After this, no one was able to make contact with this lander. The lander had crash-landed badly. But the orbiters kept working continuously for a long time, including Mangal Grahan. Or then you say that nature had rejected our first attempt. And was it perhaps our bad luck? Mars-2 completely failed. Now the responsibility was on the Soviet Union. From Mars-3 on December 2nd, the Soviet Union attempted to land a probe on Mars' surface, which was considered a historic moment. This too marks the first successful landing on Mars, making history. The landing remains a significant milestone in history. But 20 seconds later, as it begins its first photograph of the sky, its signals are lost in the same storm on Mars. Mars-3 was for humanity. Peace is achieved. Now this is the story of Beagle-Two, a lander by the European Space Agency, which was sent to Mars for the study of astrobiology. This lander was meant to study the surface of Mars and gather evidence of life by analyzing the surface and subsurface data. It was sent to Mars along with the Mars Express orbiter. The spacecraft was supposed to land on the surface of Mars on December 25th, 2003, but no communication signal was received after its landing. After entering the atmosphere of Mars, it was supposed to deploy its parachute and remain stable up to a height of 218.72 yards. It had to deploy large airbags to ensure the lander was protected from impact. Whether this was all a sequence failure or not, we have no information about it yet. And this mission just got lost somewhere in the darkness. Beagle-Two's crash landing remained a big mystery until 2015. Nothing was known about where this lander was and in what condition it ended up. Finally, in 2015, National Aeronautics and Space Administration's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter captured an image showing a glimpse of Beagle-Two, and it was found that this mission had landed on Mars successfully, but 2 of its 4 solar panels did not deploy, which blocked the communication antenna signals completely on the lander. As a result, several theories emerged regarding the failure of this mission. People were speculating about what might have happened to this lander. One speculation was also made that during the landing, there was a significant dust storm in the Martian atmosphere. During the entry of this lander, its instruments might have been affected by the heavy dust in the atmosphere. He captured the heat. Due to the heat, the surrounding atmosphere expanded and the density might have decreased, which is why the parachute couldn't reduce its speed enough and landed with a strong impact on the ground. One more fact was that Mars's atmosphere was much thinner than we had expected, due to which the parachute effectivity did not work. The heavy turbulence occurring in the Mongol Greek atmosphere could also be one of the major reasons for its crash landing. In this way, another mission to Mongol was delayed, and failure in reaching Mongol and exploring it is a matter of great concern. If we look at the records, until 2010, a total of 38 missions were launched, but only 19 missions were successful. Success rate is around 50%, and for this reason, these failures are often referred to as the curse of Mars. It is also known as the Curse of Mars, a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. In this mission, there were no surface British or Russian contributions, which resulted in failure, but a big name was still associated with it. In 1999, National Aeronautics and Space Administration designed the Mars Polar Lander, which was meant to study the South Pole of Mars and its climate. It had fallen. On December 3rd, 1999, it entered the atmosphere of Mars, but after that, no signal was received from it. This land is also called Crash Land. This $165 million mission was meant to be accomplished in a single attempt. However, Mars remains out of reach. From the surface of Mars, this shows the possibility of finding traces. An object is visible, which appeared to be resembling the surface of Mars Polar Lander. But later, the images from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter clarified that assumption. Mars Polar Lander was never found. How communication loss occurred based on this mission's final readings is still a mystery today. Later, the review board concluded that due to an error in the software, when the lander's legs deployed, their vibrations falsely identified it as a landing. Due to which, even before landing, it shut down at an altitude of approximately 131 feet. The lander's descent engine had completely shut down. Due to a leg deployment issue, the software mistakenly indicated that the lander had touched down and shut down the engines. Was the Mars Polar Lander to make communication easier from climax to the surface? Before the Zip Lander, Mars Climate Orbiter was supposed to analyze the data, and then this orbiter would send the data to the surface. But even this could not be saved from the sharp claws of failure. On September 23rd, 1999, it died while orbiting Mars. Its contact with us was lost forever. And since then, even Mars Polar Lander has been lost to us forever. These failures were attributed to inadequate funding and poor event management. The funding for these missions was approximately 30% less than required. But whatever the reasons may be, Mars is still a destination for missions, which we aim to cover in the next video as well. So friends, what do you think? Will this curiosity about Mars take us further? Or will this mission be stuck in the pages of history? Let us know in the comment section below. Friends, if you like this video, then like the video and be sure to share it with your friends. For more such informative videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Till then, keep getting updates on videos and keep meeting friends.